So Great News premieres April 25th. I am here with John Michael Higgins and Nicole Richie. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm exhausted, so that's nice to hear.
Good, we all are.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, thank you. So the show looks so funny. Actually, what came to my mind first was like the Mary Tyler Moore show, just that office scenario. Tell me a little bit about the dynamic on set and how you guys all interact with each other.
Well, we're really lucky to have a cast that does adore each other. I know you hear that a lot, but as Nicole was just saying, it was actually
true.
Very true on this show. This is one of the easiest shows. I've done a lot, and it's one of the easiest shows I've ever done, largely because the cast, I think, is so nice and likes each other, and that the producers are also in the mix for that. We don't have a big gap between us and the producers. It's a big love fest.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And just like the characters on the show, I would say, all five of us really do come from very different backgrounds. So, when there are times where we're just kind of hanging out in between, we got to come into a room together and share our different ideas and thoughts, and it was a cool collaboration, and the show really touches on how different we all are. So it wasn't like we had to jump into this huge character. It was that dynamic on and off screen. Off screen, a little more enjoyable than our characters on screen, but we really did enjoy it.
I can imagine. You're so funny, so I can imagine you getting everybody laughing all the time on set. Oh my gosh. So in terms of the mother situation, so the mother of the main actor, Katie, she comes in and she's interning at the office. So if you guys could pick somebody that you would be like in your family that you're like, oh my God, that would make my life crazy, who would that one person be that you would not want to go to work with you?
It would definitely be my parents, but I find comfort in other people's parents. Like, no matter what they say, it never bothers me, and I always think about that when my parents are around. I'm like, I'm sure other people probably aren't as mortified as I am. But Tracy's real mom, because the show is based after her relationship with her own mom, and her mom was on set too, and you could see her say things and Tracy would be mortified, but like for me, I really loved it. I was like, oh, it's so nice. It's nice to have that kind of mother-daughter dynamic just around.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Who in your family would you not want to come to work with you?
My family's not in show business. I don't think they'd be very useful on a set like that. But I think Nicole makes an interesting point. I hadn't thought of that, which is I love having people from an older generation on the set at work with me. It's very comforting to me. It'd be terrible if it were your own parent. I think that would be difficult, but and frankly, in our show, that's exactly what happens. I'm this sort of news anchor who's has trouble with all these young people around him. She comes on the show, she totally understands me, and I start relaxing. It's like life becomes easier for me, and it does for almost every character in our show.
Katie, who's mortified.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last question: if you guys could switch places with anybody else on the show and become their and take on their role, which role would it be?
And I'll play one of the roles.
Well, I could play Horatio.
You could definitely play Horatio.
Yeah.
You could do that. I would like to play Nicole's character because it would be so difficult for me to stay on the top. She's incredible at it, and I look at her in amazement. I was like, how does she do that? But that would be so hard for me, and it's good for me to challenge myself at this point in my life, I think.
I think you would play a great millennial. I do.
really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.